everyone. I know this is unusual for me to do this again. There's shakeups and makeups, so you can expect the unexpected. So I thought I would talk about the energy and the intensity of the energy going on right now. Normally I don't do these mid-month updates. I don't think I've done them in 2 years, but we are in very, very interesting and pivotal times, astrologically, numerologically, and spiritually. And the skies are so active right now with powerful conjunctions and oppositions and T-squares that I thought, well, we have another intense configuration coming up, so it's probably a good idea to give everyone a heads up. So one of the things I want to say for people who may be, I don't know, a little bit skeptical about astrology and numerology, I get it. Well, let's take the moon as an example. Well, we as human beings are about 60% water, and the moon has a tremendous pull on water. So if you have Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces sun or rising, then it's likely you feel the energy of the full moons more than most. Just ask people in the medical field about the activity in hospitals and the ER around the time of the full moon, and most are going to tell you there is definitely more activity. So all I can say is just think about that, and maybe you might consider that all the planets have some effect on what happens here on Earth. And as an example, unusual for me, but I made 2 videos recently about the very intense energies. I felt I had to put that out there that were occurring in July, specifically the Algol conjunction, which is associated with the mythological beheading. And we all know about the assassination attempt on Donald Trump. And a week later, when I did another video talking about some type of ending that was probably going to happen, the very next day Biden stepped down. So all I'm saying is there's got to be something to this. So let's get to the why I'm doing this video. Full moons are often times of heightened awareness and emotional intensity. So we have a super full moon, and this one is also called a blue moon. Not for the reasons that I talked about last month, but I'm not going to go into that right now because this is a short video. But just suffice it to say, we have a super full blue moon in Aquarius occurring on Monday, the 19th. However, the energies that are operating around this full moon are pretty intense and powerful. And not just on the 19th, but a few days before and after, which is why I'm doing it now. And Aquarius is a sign associated with innovation, with rebellion, with community, and humanitarian causes. It's also about the collective. And full moons, which signify culmination and release, will bring these themes into really, really sharp focus. Now, numerologically, it's a very, very karmic period, and it brings karmic paybacks, good and, well, not so good. It can bring things to light that were hidden, behind the scenes, surreptitious and clandestine activities. It can bring all these things to a head. And because this full moon is in Aquarius, it's squared to Uranus, and it brings this electrifying energy. And again, bringing things to light. It can bring breakups, it can bring breakdowns, it can bring shakeups. It brings surprises that can be quite shocking. I really have little doubt that within this upcoming week, there is likely to be eruptions of some type, confusion, volatility, lightning bolt happenings, a lot of seismic activity across the planet, especially Japan. But that's been kind of in the astrological ethers for a while, and that can be now or in a few months ahead. But we can experience startling events, and as I mentioned in previous videos, A lot of this energy is focused on leaders, including Putin, Netanyahu, Zelensky, Trump, Harris, J.D. Vance, Waltz, Biden. And if you think, well, yeah, of course. But remember, something startling and unusual was predicted prior to the assassination attempt on Donald Trump and prior to Joe Biden stepping down. So, what can I say? It's in the stars and in the numbers. But here's the other side. With Aquarius and Uranus and the moon at play, we can have people coming together in some very good ways. Excuse me. But unfortunately, others may come together with a more negative agenda. I would definitely suggest staying away from crowds as much as possible. And if you can't, just know that people are on edge. There's a lot of anxiety. And also, I think there's also these weird physical ailments that seem to be happening. And again, we're in a very pivotal time. That's not a surprise, but it's interesting how it shows up numerologically and astrologically. So let me just close with this. The best way to get through all this energy, just remember that a pendulum swings both ways. And right now we're getting to this high point of the pendulum. And it will, of course, swing back the other way. And then we'll have this sweet spot when it all comes together. But for now, just try tapping into that Aquarius, Uranus, wow, have I got a great idea energy, and doing something different, something freeing, and bring that forward. And again, stay away from crowds if you can, or just be super, super aware of your surroundings and keep your cool. Don't engage in discussions that are potentially emotionally loaded. So that's just a brief overview of what's going on right now in the next week. So I will see you on the 1st with the September predictions, and have a great weekend.